All right, folks, this is Zoe's place. We're over in Razorwind, and things are looking mighty chaotic over here. Like we have, you know how a few weeks ago, I don't know when people are going to see this VOD, but a few weeks ago, this housing skin came out. And some of my commentary included, it's kind of hard to do things with this house because it's already built and everything. In this case, though, here we go. Here's a challenge to that narrative. Because what we have here, we have what feels like a whole battle in progress. I mean, the notes here talk about an invasion of sorts. And so what I'm seeing here are depictions of like archers or whatnot, either defending or attacking the spots. It looks like the thing's been stabbed with a void sword kind of thing. That's kind of neat. So it's hard, and it's kind of hard to tell, like maybe this is a structure that was blown away, or it's like some sort of a drop ship and it's about to like jam its way into the building. And so evil forces are going to make its way in. Before that, though, before this place was under attack, it seemed pretty peaceful. It was all fenced off and all. We have quite a bit of decor around the area too, despite all the battle effects happening here. But we're seeing some pretty good uses of like the big greens here that help to add like a lot of shape, a lot of color, without doing too much. But down here, we have like some smaller details put in, a little bit of a shrine to absent friends, could be something like that, and it could be like what would otherwise be, this sort of like restful, peaceful spot. But yeah, things aren't going so good. We got, okay, actually, that's not blood. That's the lava balls. There's like 2 of them that are hanging around here. Oh, I like this. We're actually prevented, sort of, from climbing up here. So I have a feeling that there's not going to be anything here. I'm just going to take a quick glance just in case. Yeah, pretty empty up here. And it's not meant for us to be a spot for us to really like check out. But yeah, places is undergoing like this invasion. As for how we're doing now, I don't know. I'm not sure. But it's a cool setup. Very convincing. I like the whole sword effect. I find that very, very neat. All right, so let's head on inside. The notes say, find and free our missing kin trapped behind the front lines. Always look up, use doorknobs, check for ladders, climb the light stairs. All right, so looks like the invasion is happening inside as well. Now, when we do go in, oh, that's kind of neat. These harps are being used as kind of like light barricades, or like these technological barricades of sorts. Very inventive. I've seen them used as doors. First time I've seen them used as fences, which I find very entertaining. We have a door here. We've seen this before, haven't we? I know that this is a returning, but I think that's kind of a theme that they'd like to pull off. So we go in and we have this really neat setup. We have this upside down stable being used to create this whole mound of stuff. And at least here, like things seem to be like kind of secure. Like this is kind of like a, bit of a fortification, and, you have soldiers that are here and ready to, I don't know, save the day or ready to protect us and whatnot. It looks like we have, okay, these are like teleport clicks that will take us around. So I think that's what they meant by doorknobs or whatnot. So we have basically left, right, and center, which is a really long hallway. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. I'm just gonna kind of like peek down, start taking some shots here and there. All right. So it's meant to be the Sunwell. Oh, interesting. So let's see how this all turns out as we go through these different areas. Now, note the green plus the kind of textured trim that these wall stones are being used for here. That's pretty neat. And yeah, this is kind of like the kids area. So we have like one soldier who's helping to defend the spot, and the kids are just chilling. They're chilling. They're playing games. What are they playing? Hungry Hippos. Absolutely. What are they eating? Murgles. And Reptar's loving it. Reptar's like, haha, that's what you get. So I think this is that particular scene has a bit of familiarity from, I think, an earlier build that we've seen in the past. Cool stuff with the basketball hoop plus the empty filigree lights. We come out here and we see more of the invasion in progress. Ooh. Oh, okay. So let me see what happens here. So I think I can walk on these glyphs. Yeah, don't worry. We're going to take a look at stuff, but yeah, we are. That's neat. That's a neat effect. Boop. And then we kind of make our way across into this. Is it really secure in here in the spot? Is this really a spot of safety? Not really. But we do have an opportunity to sit and observe the craziness below. And there are arrows there. Okay, so all right, so I'm being directed to kind of go back across if I can. This is kind of scary now. All right, and then we go over here, and then we're meant to go. It's meant to be like a diving plank thing. Whee! And into the pool where we hang out with Murgles and stuff. Although that's kind of like, wait, this is a sewer. Oh no. Is it safe? Oh god. Is it safe there, dude? You know what? Magic filters. There we go. Super arcane chlorine. Or chlorine. Something like that. But yeah, out here, it doesn't appear that fighting is happening. Yeah. Here seems pretty safe. Sort of. Yes. This is like this crazy playground kind of thing. Check out this like makeshift dragon thing that they have set up. I don't think this is meant to be depicted as if it's like an actual thing, but it's just a cool thing to kind of like sit and hang out on. That's neat. That's neat. Oh, and then we have like okay, I remember this and from like carnivals and stuff. I think I've rode on these like maybe once because these seem terrifying. Like if it snaps, and I've never seen it snap, but if it snaps, oh man, the people on here, they would be sent flying. Here we got our refreshments, including delicious cakeys. Oh yeah. Oh, and ice creams. Oh heck yeah, ice cream cakes. Excellent. Excellent. Great stuff with the food. Oh, and the little popcorn cart thing. Oh, that's good. These are little flowers, huh? Oh, they have those little flowers. Very well done. Very, very cute. I dig it. Kites and balloon things and whatnot are going. Sick. Yeah, neat setup here. Very, very neat setup. Let's see, we got the good illusions going on. Yeah, very interesting climb that was set up here too. And then let's head on back inside. That whole swing thing. That's neat. That's neat. All right. So we're going to retreat back again. And then then we're gonna go to this side. So that was like kind of the non-fighty kid side. Let's go this way, and things take a bit of a different vibe. So this has kind of this illusion of as if we're kind of like outside, but in a cavey area. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. So we immediately go in, but we have some options here. Place is caved up, but again, it feels like we're kind of outside. So let's go through here first. And things are like all sorts of rugged, lots of different like troll bits here. And we're navigating through this sort of like underground cave / barracks, sort of a hangout spot. But as we go through this shroud, still more of this rugged troll stuff. I like this vibe here. This is neat. You know, because we're not outside, but we're going through like what feels like this sort of like semi-open, you know, this lowered area, you know, so it's kind of a cave, kind of not, because it feels nice and airy up above. So like a setup like this comes out really, really cool. And I'm a big sucker for like troll stuff. But it has this whole feel of being very, very lived in. Like, check out what's going on here. I believe this is just like a big banner. And like, you know, even though like those bones or like that rope is like freaking huge, it lands really neatly. So, you know, using this a whole floor piece, that's very creative. I like that. You know, and what I like about this too is it has a certain unevenness to it. You know, it's not like, you know, straight shapes. I'm always a big sucker for that sort of stuff. And even check out this right here. You're seeing like the small lumber piles from the corridors being used as a little bridge. You know, it's small. There's only so much you can do with it because it's like this whole pile. But this is really neat. You know, here's like our hot tub area. You can enjoy some drinks and all that stuff. Cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, we kind of like wind right around, go through here. Yeah, the layout of this spot is really, really cool. Yeah, love how things are just kind of like scattered around and all that. So yeah, it's a wall, that's a wall, okay. Like, I think those shrouds are a little bit cheaper than rocks, so I can see why one might want to use that. And then that's the way out. Okay, so I think there was a doorway that I sort of missed. Okay, there's like an area that leads to the mines, and then here was this other spot, and then I think it was an area that was here. Nope, that was a wall. Yeah, okay, so I think I did explore this way, and then this leads us out. Yeah, cool rugged troll wing over there. But now we want to leave this green area and into the next. Note how the colors are just like super, super bright. Like here we're seeing like an upside down Herondar floor. So like the way that these yellow highlights come out, they're much brighter than how it normally comes. But it's just, you know, looks like just a very cool effect. Looks like we have some more doorways this way as well. Stone doors in this case. So let's go through here and ooh. All pinked out. So now we're going through this whole cherry blossom hallway. Following it looks like vomit. I know it's not meant to be, but give it a different vibe. Oh, very cool. Different arch being used as a sort of bridge. And then we come out to this spectacle. Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool. You know, they're using the shop pond over there as, you know, this side thing. And now it has like this whole, I'm not sure what kind of structure there is to it because there's like a window up there as well. But it looks like I can climb up this whole thing and we can explore some stuff. So again, very creative use of what's being used here. So notice how the gazebo there, that's being sunk down and it's being used as like an elevation. Again, the ponds, it looks like there's two of them. No, or one? I can't tell. But you have these ponds that are upright. You have these stables that are being turned onto its side instead, which makes for another different effect. You can see like the tops of them are like right on the side here. And like, yeah, this is a hell of a spectacle. Crazy neat stuff. So let's go a little closer to this thing. So yeah, so here's like, actually these are 4. Okay, there's one pond, there's one hot tub, and then I think 2 more ponds right over there. That's crazy. And then you have like this spot being used as this. That's cool because even right under the stable area, you have like these roots that are coming out, making that sort of effect. That looks really neat. We climb up this thing. This is not a shop item. You know, this is something you get from Abyss Anglers. But it matches great with everything. It all comes together very, very nicely. All right, so let's do this climb thing here. Curious window up there. And now we're going to sort of like make our way up this gazebo, hop up the pond, and then start climbing these like ladder things here. Let's platform. You can see on the other side, the illusion fully dispelled. And then right up top here, we get on top of the sand garden as well. And go across to this spot right here to chill. Yeah, really neat use because like these are all really large pieces being used to create the initial shape. And then of course you have like the finer details that are being brought in to create, you know, that much more personality. Little bits of greens here, splashes of color and whatnot. But notably, again, like take notice of like the big shapes that help to initially frame this. You know, big use of the cherry trees, the stables, the ponds, hot tubs, and whatnot. Yeah, really good work. There's some void coming out through the sky. Yeah, I can see like some of the invadey kinds of stuff that's coming through there. Curious with the windows too. As if this is meant to be, meant to be depicted as a room. It's not even really trying to be a skybox room, given that sort of feel to it. So let's retreat back once again, and into this other room. All right, so, ooh. Okay, there we go. So now it's being used, heavily used in this spot. A lot of the opals, a lot of the core duels went into this room. And, oh, that's, okay, that's pretty crazy. We have like this whole stairway of light. You have a whole bunch of these priests, light well kinds of things that help to... Oh, I did not realize. Oh, okay, I've learned something, or we've learned something. I didn't realize that this created an invisible collision, which means these are used as stairs. That's neat. That's hecka cool. Check right. I don't really see anything on to my right there, but all right. So we're climbing up this stairway of light. That's dope. That's hella cool. And then this takes us to another opal door, and into another. Oh, okay. Now we're seeing like some invading stuff like happening. Invasion in progress here. So in this case, okay, there's a lot going on here. Or perhaps this is like the ethereal base of some sort. All right, so let's go inside this sort of prison. Oh, okay, that's cool too. This is being used as a kind of protective room of sorts. You know, so folks can like hang out here. Oh, refugees. Okay, so this is where refugees from the ongoing war are happening. Yeah, check out that. Okay, I think we can climb inside too, but let's check out what's going on below here first. This is overwhelming. There's a lot going on in this build. But as for like a clear story, it's not quite coming to me yet. You know, it's not like I have to like squeeze one out or anything like that. But we do have like one Murgle. Okay, why is the Murgle over there? If this is a place for refugees, how come the Murgles are trapped in there? Oh, okay, maybe they're like, maybe in this universe, the Murgles are just animals or whatnot, and they're not being treated as true citizens of Azeroth. Not this time. Not this time. All right, so let's climb into the ship here. Boop, 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 boop. We climb into this, well, what's basically a greenhouse. And it looks like it's two of them put together. But what's neat is, yeah, it looks like it's two of them together to create a sort of like pod, right? But then we have like our way in and out. Here's our, like, I guess our pilot controls and what have you. Let me hit that real quick. Boop. And we're like flying people in. Neat. We climb down and yeah, again, surrounded by all these different windows, which is, you know, pretty interesting. And and Sassy Dragon's there too. Okay, Sassy Dragon's in charge of this place. Everyone's fine. Everyone's gonna be fine. No one's in danger. And then, oh, that's crazy. There's like this crazy contraption up here. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what it's trying to depict here. Yeah, same thing with the windows. Like it's a lot. It's quite overwhelming. So it's hard to explain, like, okay, that's cool. Oh, was this just always like this? Oh yeah, okay, it is always like this. I didn't realize it had that cool light effect to it. That's neat. They're evacuating the planet. Oh, okay, so this isn't a refugee spot. We're not hiding out here. We're leaving from here. Okay. Sassy Dragon is leading the way. So that's cool though. All right, so let's retreat back again. And okay, it's kind of interesting. So I clicked here and okay, and I guess that, oh, and that lets me walk totally. Okay, so this is how the construction of these doorknobs work. Okay, so I can like easily like walk through and then it's a solid object again. Okay. I'm really digging this though. This is neat. This is expensive though. Yo, there's a lot of stuff. You know, just trying to climb up to, yeah, making that climb and building that, putting that together. All right. Look, Niffenbert. Oh, you mean this right here? Oh, okay. This would have been super hard to see, dude. Boop. And what do we have? Ah, a hidden. Oh God! Oh, wait. That's where we were, right? That was it. I thought this was like the mines or something like that, but no. This is actually a place for the void to like infiltrate. So these people are screwed now, man. Dun dun dun. So they think they're safe, but no. The void knew all along. Ha ha ha. Alright, so we'll retreat back once again to the main hall. So we're back here. And there's still a lot of hallway left to go. Oh boy. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of interesting. So like this whole hallway here, it's as if this is like a I don't know, some sort of like underground secret hall under the Sunwell or something like that. You know, you have troops that are trying to defend the spot, something like that. Here's what would have been an artsy spot, and then they're like, oh crap, you know. So here I am, right, doing my thing, painting stuff, having a good time. You hear about the fighting, you're like, it's all right, dude. You know, we get invasions all the time. Sunwell switches hands. I've seen the lights change and whatnot, but no, I'm gonna keep doing my thing. But now it's like, okay, things are going like really, really crazy. You know, stuff is shaking. I spilled my coffee. Okay, I think this was the last straw. Coffee fell over. And it's like, okay, I have had enough. And then all of a sudden, you know, they turn all like Super Saiyan and stuff. You know, they get like, you know, they're like triple the size. They become the size of these statues and they start barreling down. So whoever was here, they're over there now. And we'll see like how far they got. See, sometimes I can get a story out of this. So it's the story of the dude whose coffee was spilled. I understand that. I would be pissed. Never mind the void coming in through the window. going into like their bedroom and all that stuff and tearing things up and probably killing people and, you know, maybe destroying the planet. But the coffee was spilled. Bro, can't have that. So here's the invasion in more of its glory. Check out the action shots happening here. Okay, this is cool. We have, I guess the Void uses drills too, because, you know, they can be practical as well. You know, they're breaking their way in. You got like these Sunwell Sentinel dudes. Even the Aarakocra is trying to help out. Giant priest over there. And check out, I don't know if that's meant to be a statue, but I'm gonna say no. This is like some super lady who's firing from her navel a big old laser to like hold back that whole drill thing. So, oh no, but then that dude, he's gonna like nail her. So I think she's in a lot of trouble. So things might not be going so great for the defenders, but they're still pouring out from the sides. They're not gonna go out without a fight. But where's the dude with the coffee? Where's the disgruntled dude with the coffee? I mean, he probably passed these guys. But this invasion spot looks really sick. That's neat. I dig the spectacle that's coming from this spot. Now, this is what like a Void invasion ought to look like. They capture the okay. So we're not just here to avenge like the spilled coffee. We're also to help out the little animals. Oh no. Miss Murgle's their leader. She's like, oh, don't worry guys, I'll get us out of here. And they're like, how? She's like, oh, I'll scream really loud. That sort of thing. So we go back. So this is the Void base, huh? This is the Void base. And okay, and then that might be the boss. So it's not even the big boss of the Void. This is just like a lieutenant person and all that. Interesting. Now they also have a lantern jabbed into their chest. Maybe the dude with the coffee and his final blow, he just straight up jammed the lantern into that dude's chest before he died, or got vaporized or something like that. Let them out. Oh, I can open this. Oh, that's dope. You're free, buddies. Yay. And then they all also go like all Super Saiyan. They get all pissed off. Maybe it's Miss Murgle's coffee. Oh. No, but then she got captured and all that stuff. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't quite come together. The big guy too? The big guy is clickable? That's not clickable. And that doesn't look clickable. I guess I'm not quite sure what big guy you're referring to. The golden one? Golden one? Oh, that guy? Oh, to let him out. Got it. Yay. I didn't realize those were clickable, actually. That's kind of neat. Boop, boop. Oh, and then it has an open and close state. Okay, that's cool. That's pretty neat. All right, so have I seen all the rooms? I think I have. This was a pretty straightforward path, and the only really hidden thing was like the whole Niflheim and like walking through that. Only sky. So I have seen everything. Just wanted to double. Oh, can I climb up this spot here too? Yeah. What I like here too. Check out. Like this has a cool vibe to it. You know, these little void spinnies that are invading through. That's a cool shot. I think that's a pretty cool shot. Heck, if I don't know how much these cost, but I'd say like in terms of like sheer scale, it would be really badass to have like a perspective shot that showed like the portal like really small in the distance here, and then this room was nothing but the balls, and they just started to like kind of like you had this whole thing of it pouring in, and then these things got bigger and bigger. Oh, that would be really cool. That would be awesome. How much are these? Oh, it's gonna be forever. Okay, that's gonna be a lot. And I don't do PvP, so I would want like 100 of these. This would get really expensive. But that'd be really, really neat. Yeah, cool. Thank you for showing us your place. This is cool. It's a lot too, you know, to show like battle depictions, but then it's sprawling and it's like this large. So it creates a challenge of wanting to make like these really like big battle scenes. Yeah. So I think that this feels like it was this must have been a pretty challenging build, I think.